my if you would prefer not have your video recorded in the speech, now would be the time that I suggest you turn off your cameras. 3, 2, 1. So I know when you go out and look at a house and buy a new house, you're exuberant about the process of moving into a new house. However, the process that probably sticks most into our mind is packing up and moving out of the old house and getting everything carried over and moved into the new house. So in my life as a property manager, I deal with tenant turnover several times a year. And that's the process that I'm going to talk a little bit about today when I talk about how to handle change, how to manage change, and how to make a process in your life. When I work through a tenant changeover, there's basically 4 steps that I deal with. Notification from the existing tenant advising us that they're going to be moving out and the date of their move out. Then we deal with all of the things that we need to do related to the tenant moving out. And then we rehab the unit. And then we deal with all the things related to the new tenant moving in. So that's the introduction to my speech at this point. When we're working with the existing tenant, we need to make sure that we get an exit notice written in 60 days in advance. We want to know the actual move out date. We have to document that because it's important when we're refunding the security deposit. We want to review the move-in checklist that was prepared at the time they rented the apartment and moved into the apartment. We also do a walkthrough inspection to see what kind of condition they left the property in when they moved out. Here's an example you can see of a recent tenant that moved out. She left behind a vanity and a headboard and a remote car or an electric car from her kids and a bunch of trash in the basement. She also had a hole in the wall you can see there, and she knocked the closet doors off the wall for some reason, I'm not sure. She had also asked us about painting her kitchen cabinets, and we said, yeah, I guess you can paint your kitchen cabinets. We weren't real thrilled with the idea, but we let them do it. And as you can see, she didn't finish the job. She did okay painting the cabinets, but she left a lot of problems and issues with it. So we had to do a lot of follow-up work to finish that. So that was part of our walkthrough inspection. After we do the walk-in inspection, we have a legal obligation to respond to the tenant with a security deposit reconciliation within 30 days. So that's a very important detail related to existing tenant. After we do that, we review the tenant's account balance and how much we received from them for their security deposit and any funds that they have with us. So here is the itemized security deposit for that tenant that I showed you the pictures for. You can see here her security deposit was $745. She also paid the last month rent in advance, but she also paid the rent at that time too. I'm not sure why she paid the last month twice, but it's her money, so we had to give it back to her. Then we hired a cleaning service to come in and clean the walls and the floors, sealing the floor wall to wall, cleaned out the whole place completely. Then we had to deal with removing and disposing of the stuff that she left behind. We patched the bedroom wall. We rehung the bifold doors. We had to sand and paint the back door because her dog had scratched it up and made it real dirty and ugly looking. We had to fix up the kitchen cabinets. We replaced the missing smoke detector that we charged her for because she had them when she moved in. And that all comes down to a balance of about $560 that we refunded to the tenant within the 30 days. So after we take care of the existing tenant, Then we move on to the rehab and improvements part of the process. You can see here on the left, we did the junk and trash clean out, removed old carpet, we removed the bathroom vanity, which was old and disgusting through no fault of the tenant. So we didn't charge her for that, but because we like to keep excellent quality places for people to live, so they're exuberant about moving in, we decided to replace the bathroom vanity. We did the wall-to-wall, floor-to-ceiling wipe down. We replaced all the switches, outlets, and covers. We verified the age and test the carbon monoxide detector and the smoke detector. In the line of improvements, we request bids from contractors to refinish the floors, paint the ceiling and walls, install a new storm door. On the third visit after the tenant moved out and I did the inspection, I realized she broke the storm door. So we had to replace the storm door too. Then we refinished got the tub refinished and the tile refinished, and we're installing a new bathroom vanity. This is a real true life process for me. We're in the process of going through this right now. And everything in this project is done except the new bathroom vanity has not been installed yet. So guess what I'm doing this weekend? After we finish with the existing tenant, then we move on to the new tenant. We create an advertisement to advertise the apartment for rent. We include photos of the new apartment. We start accepting applications. When we find applications that we're happy with, we do a credit, income, and background check to make sure the tenant has not stuck it to previous landlords, basically. Then we collect the security deposit and the first month's rent. We do the move-in inspection checklist walkthrough with the tenant so that they can verify anything needs to be repaired or improved that we missed. Then we prepare the lease, which includes the checklist, and give that to the tenant to have it signed. Once the tenant has signed the lease and provided all of the funds, we provide the tenant with keys and they can move in anytime they would like. In conclusion, I'm going to just overview the 4 steps again. We have the notification from the tenant. We have the move out processes. We have the rehab and improvement, and we have the move-in. So that's our process for managing change. Thank you, Toastmasters. Madam Toastmaster, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jeff. This is very informative, I have to say. I have never rented a place before, and I didn't realize renting property is also a lot of work. Definitely